The new power grid had been put in place at last. I had already noticed a lot of improvements with the new technology. It was fast, efficient, and most importantly, reliable. But I'm not here to go on about how great the new power grid was. I'm here to talk about the important assignment we were given. A new client, in the form of a fireworks factory, had approached both Red and Blue and asked for assistance in delivering fireworks to the customers. Even though the 4th of July was like 4 months away, fireworks were worth an awful lot of money, though they can be dangerous to export if not done right. If one accidentally goes off, could set off the other fireworks, and they could possibly explode in a chain reaction that could lead to severe consequences. Based on our safety records, we were totally qualified for this job. It's not like anything catastrophic would happen. Like, what are the chances of the factory being the site of a massive explosion that would wipe out half the city? Anyway, I would not be taking part in this assignment as I would be staying at the workshop for the day. However, Casey would be helping out with these deliveries, so would Lester, a veteran truck driver who was really good at his job. They made it to the factory around noon and were waiting for their shipment of fireworks to be loaded. Then 2 unfriendly faces appeared behind them.
"Fred, look, there's the guy that kicked your pet donkey last week,"
Andy said.
"You were right."
Fred said.
"What made him think he could just come to our place and kick Alec? Come on, let's show him."
They approached Casey and Lester.
You, Casey, I'm talking to you. What gave you the right to kick my pet donkey? What did Alec do to you?
"I only did it as a joke."
Casey replied.
A joke? That's your explanation. If that was supposed to be a joke, and that has to be the worst, most pathetic and unjust joke I've ever heard in my entire life. Because of you, I had to go to the vet and he almost died. You should be ashamed of yourself.
First off, that's not my problem. Secondly, I didn't even kick him that hard. Don't tell me one little kick was enough to almost kill him. And thirdly, why did you even bring him to the workshop in the first place? Pretty sure bringing pets to the workplace is against company policy.
Did you suddenly forget? There was a pet show last week at the workshop, but...
What? And nobody told me? This is the first time I'm hearing this. Oh well, I wouldn't have been interested anyway. Also, I didn't know that it was your donkey initially. I just thought it was a stray wandering outside the workshop.
And you thought kicking it was a good idea for a lad, not giving any thought to the fact that it might have been trying to find its home, or that someone owned it and would be extremely upset to find out that it had been kicked. How could you not think of any of that? Also, you owe me money for the vet bills, so you'd better give me the cash right now before I have you fined.
How much exactly do I owe you?
$800.
Ha! I would not even give you a penny for your poor little donkey, let alone $800. There will be a war within our country before I ever pay you that amount of money.
I'm being serious. Pay me now or I'll take you to court.
You wouldn't dare. You're as soft as a marshmallow.
Fred and Casey kept on arguing with each other for a while. That was until their respective shipments of fireworks were ready to be taken to the warehouse.
"All right, let's get going,"
Lester said.
"Hey, Fred, I know a little shortcut that'll get us to the warehouse faster."
Really? Well, in that case, Casey, want to race us to the warehouse? I'll even give you the lead so you can get a head start. If you win, you won't have to worry about the bills.
Both Lester and Casey just stared at Fred and Andy and drove off.
"Not to worry, Fred, we'll get to the warehouse long before them."
Yeah, I just hope you know where you were going. These are unfamiliar roads, so just be careful.
"I always am."
They soon left the factory and entered the highway leading to the warehouse. They were making great time when all of a sudden, Andy slammed on the brakes.
What the heck, Andy?
"Fred, I see a hot chick on the side of the road. Looks like she needs a ride."
Andy pulled over to the side of the road and got out of the truck. He walked over to the girl.
"Hey, beautiful, you need a ride."
He shook her hand, which made her feel rather awkward. The girl, whose name was Allison, nodded nervously and climbed into the back of the truck. There was barely any room for the 3 of them, but they made it work. Andy went ahead and began flirting with her as he drove.
"So where you headed?"
"Silver City."
Allison said.
That town, I remember it well. It's a fun little town. Nothing but fun and adventure there."
"You are sure right about that."
"Ah, in my opinion, Mountain Lab has the slight edge over Silver City. You should consider relocating there. Heck, we'll be seeing each other more often if you did, 'cause I work there."
Allison frowned.
"I'd rather not. I have family in Silver City. Also, I don't mean to offend you or anything, but if you are really hoping for a relationship, you'll have better luck asking someone else because I already have a boyfriend.
Screw him, you do not deserve him, it's me you want.
No, I don't want to get involved with someone like you. I mean, you look a little creepy and you are really ugly. I kind of want to get out of here. You're making me feel uncomfortable.
Hey, just because I'm a little chubby and have a few wrinkles doesn't mean I'm any of those things you just said. Plus, I can be very charming when I want to be. I'm clearly a lot more charming than that loser you're currently dating, so you best not judge a book by its cover.
At least my boyfriend isn't shady, unlike you. You look like you're on drugs. I can't stay in here any longer. I feel sick. Drop you off.
Oh, I'll drop you off all right.
And he stopped near a muddy, grassy area. He then got out of the truck, called Allison out by the arm, and threw her into the mud.
There. Who's the ugly one now?
Fuck you. That was so mean of you.
You asked for it. Anyone would be upset after getting insulted like that. Now stay there and think about what you said.
Allison sat in the mud, sobbing. She was too humiliated to even stand up. She watched as the truck sped away.
Andy, that was cruel.
Was I wrong to do that? She deserved it for what she said.
On second thought, no, you did the right thing. In fact, it was very funny. That was a good laugh. Anyway, where's the shortcut you were talking about?
And he completely forgot about the shortcut.
I think it's down that road over there.
And he said, pointing in the direction he thought the shortcut was. Fred didn't question any further, and they drove on, but as the journey wore on, they had no idea where they even were. They drove for what felt like miles.
Andy, I don't recognize any of this. Are you sure you're on the right path?
This is the right path, trust me, I know.
In reality, he had no clue where they were. They were suddenly running low on fuel, and they needed to find a gas station soon.
Oh, we've got to find a fill at 66 or something soon. I don't want to be stranded out here.
Luckily, they managed to find a gas station about a quarter mile down the road. However, they barely had any fuel left as they got close.
No, we are slowing down. Come on, we are right there. Only a few more yards.
They literally ran out of fuel and stopped a few yards from the gas station.
No, we were so close. We almost made it.
And he stepped out and asked the gas station attendant for help. A tow truck had to come and pull them the last few yards to the gas station.
Thank you so much.
Soon their truck was being filled with fuel. Fred then looked at the time.
Oh dear, we are very far behind schedule. We need to get going if we want to make it back to Mountain Lab before nightfall. Where's the quickest way to go? We may have gone off course.
Luckily, the gas station staff knew where Mountain Lab was. They pointed out the direction Fred and Andy needed to go in.
Well, we really did go off course, didn't we? Oh well, thanks for helping us get back on track.
They now knew where they needed to go. They would just have to hurry. Meanwhile, at the warehouse, Lester and Casey had made it long before Fred and Andy. They were surprised they made it first. Even after their load was dropped off, Fred and Andy still didn't make it. They soon drove back to the factory to collect their next shipment. It was only after they left the warehouse that Fred and Andy finally arrived, albeit pretty late.
You two are late. What were you doing?
The warehouse manager scolded.
Well, we got lost.
How? All you had to do was follow the specific directions I gave you.
We did, but then we tried to take a shortcut, and we ended up way off course.
The manager just shook his head.
You two have to make up for lost time. The other truck had already dropped off their shipment and was hanging out before you two even got back. There, your load has been dropped off. Get out of here and pick up the next one.
Okay.
And remember to take the correct path this time.
They quickly drove back to the factory. Lester and Casey were already there waiting for their shipment.
Hey, move aside.
You must wait your turn. Besides, it's not our fault you're late.
We need the contract money more than you do. Move aside.
Do you not see these guys loading our trailer? You have to be patient.
Fucking patient. We need to get back to the warehouse right now.
And he seemed to have lost his mind. He lurched his truck forward and attempted to push the other truck out of its position just so he could have his own trailer loaded first. However, he did not think any of this through. When he pushed the other truck, it toppled over, so did its trailer. Lester and Casey were fortunately not inside it.
Oops, I didn't mean for that to happen.
Andy, the fuck is wrong with you?
While they argued, nobody seemed to notice the small flame that formed due to the sparks from the truck toppling over. Next to the truck were some open crates of fireworks, which were supposed to be loaded onto the trailer. The flame turned into a small fire, which soon sprayed the crates. Without warning, one firework exploded, starting a small chain reaction. Multiple fireworks went off, scattering into multiple directions.
Holy fuck.
Everyone get the fuck out of here. The whole place is gonna blow.
A factory worker shouted. Fred got out of his seat and ran for his life, as did everyone else. They ran as far away from the fireworks factory as they could. However, there was another problem. Andy's seatbelt wouldn't release, meaning he was stuck where he was and was in serious danger. He even tried to reverse his truck, but it couldn't move.
Andy, you need to get out of that truck.
I can't. I'm stuck.
Fucking back it up then, Andy, you're gonna die.
I can't even reverse it. The truck's dead.
At any moment, the fireworks could hit the stored fireworks inside the factory, causing an explosion that would destroy the entire place and potentially kill Andy. Casey decided to risk his own life and ran towards Andy.
Andy, what's wrong?
My seatbelt's stuck. I can get out.
Hold on, I'll try and get you out.
Andy's seatbelt really was stuck. Casey tried to unbuckle it for him, but it wouldn't budge, so he had to cut it, which took him a moment to do so.
You're very lucky. I just so happen to have a pair of scissors in my pocket.
He managed to cut Andy's seatbelt, and he pulled him out of the truck. They ran to safety just as the fireworks exploded next to the truck.
Shit.
Oh, my ears.
They continued running. As the fireworks continued to go off, they managed to reach the safety zone, and they all watched as the factory was being blown to pieces. The fire department was there within minutes, but there was nothing they could do as the fireworks were still going off. Then, out of nowhere, a snowstorm came. Yes, a snowstorm in March came and actually helped put out the fire. The fireworks were slowly doused by the snow, and the situation was soon under control after a few hours. After the smoke was cleared, the damage was revealed. The factory was pretty much destroyed, as there was barely anything left standing. However, everyone was safe, with no injuries or deaths. The factory owners sued Blue for Andy's actions. The administration gave them a settlement, which of course they accepted. However, the money wouldn't be enough to completely rebuild the factory. The owners had to downsize, and they relocated to a different location. Rid was awarded the contract to build the new factory for them. I mean, hey, it was free money for Redmond, right? As for Andy, well, he was originally going to be sent to prison, but the administration took him off the authorities' hands, and they dealt with him by suspending him. He would be out of work for a few months, though he also had to do some community service. At least his actions didn't lead to anyone's deaths, and he during this time would have to learn how to improve his attitude and return to work as a model employee. Fortunately, he would indeed learn his lesson, but that's another story.